Here are 5 players for me that have to prove themselves this summer. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll be talking about 5 players from the Premier League that have to prove themselves. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your predictions. And you think I'm going to be right. So the first player that I'm going to mention is Amad Diallo. Now, I'm a Manchester United fan. And watching Amad Diallo last season, he didn't have the greatest season, to be honest with you. He got 4 contributions across the whole season, and it wasn't great watching him, to be honest with you. I think a lot of his performances were very poor, very inconsistent. And yes, he's a player that shows you that goals and assists are not all that matters. However, I think United playing in the Champions League, he will get a large bulk of the games because whether that's injuries and the Burma have to play in front or other scenarios, he will definitely get games. And I think, there has to be that sort of impetus on him to put in those performances because he really is a big player. And again, he very well could be starting, as I said, 20, 30, maybe more games for Manchester United. So for me, he's definitely someone that needs to have a big season for Manchester United next season. Another one is Isak from Liverpool. Now, as much as Isak had an injury-ridden season, and again, you have to give him some sort of leeway for that, I do think he needs to have a big season. You're the British record signing. He scored 3 goals for Liverpool in 14 games. And his performances weren't all that, to be honest with you. And I think this season is a big season for him. Ekitike will still be missing, I think, for the first couple of months. Speaking to Liverpool fans, I think it's January when he's going to be back. So they're going to need a striker to score goals. And who better than the British record transfer signing, Liverpool's most expensive signing, the most expensive signing in the Premier League, Alexander Isak. And again, I think he needs to have a big season with Areola coming in, Liverpool being in the Champions League. They're going to need someone to come in and get maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 goals. And I think Isak can definitely do that. I think if he doesn't have a good season for Liverpool, a lot of people are going to be on him for his performances. And I think rightly so. The performances have been very inconsistent. And yes, he's been out of the team for injury. I think there is definitely a player there. He's proven it at Newcastle, at Elements, at Liverpool as well. But I've seen clips from him pre-season and he doesn't look that great. And I don't know how Liverpool fans are feeling. Let me know if you are watching what you are thinking about Alexander Isak so far. But yeah, he did cost a lot of money, and again, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. You look at how players before have been scrutinised. I think this one is a big money move last season, and again, it just didn't materialise. The fact that he refused to train and wanted to go to Liverpool. Yes, he had a difficult time from injury, but now it's going to really be on Alexander Isak to step up and score those big goals for Liverpool because Ekitike, as I said, is being out, and he is going to be the main number 9 for Liverpool. Now, the next one I talked about Amad, talked about Isak. For me, is Morgan Rogers. Now, again, people are just saying I'm talking about the big money moves. It is that, but £117 million is what Morgan Rogers cost Chelsea. Really expensive signing. And he has to deliver, in a Xabi Alonso team where it's quite unpredictable. Is he going to play a 4-2-3-1? Is he going to play a 3-4-3? I really do like Morgan Rogers. I think he will be a good signing. I think he'll work well with Cole Palmer. I think technically he's very, very good. Will chip in with some goals. But again, come 6 months down the line, if he's not having a good season, that definitely will be reported, especially because he's an English player as well in the Premier League. So he definitely needs to kind of have a big season. I'm sure he probably will. He's technically very, very good. All round could carry the ball. And I think, a lot of people were sceptical of the move, but I'm sure he probably will do well. Another one is Elliot Anderson. Again, 116 million he cost. And again, he could potentially, effectively, is he replacing Bernardo Silva? Is he replacing Rodri? He's replacing one of the two. And again, really expensive fee. Ultimately, he did only have 1 or 2 good seasons at Forest. I think he is a really good player. I'm not going to lie, I did want him at Manchester United. I think he's that complete midfielder. So that would have completely transformed the midfield, can play in a 6 and a number 8 position. I think he's a really exciting prospect. Someone that, again, still got a lot of work to do to get to the highest level. See how he gets on under Maresca. But again, a lot of pressure on the move. And again, players don't control the price. However, they do go for that price. And I think Anderson, there will be a lot of pressure on his shoulders. However, I do think he will step up. He still only is 23. Yes, he won't have a 10 out of 10 game every single game. But I think there is a lot of impetus and a lot of demand on him to do well. Which I think he will, to be honest with you. He is a really good player. Then the 5th and final one is Igor Thiago. Now, that Igor Thiago World Cup was absolutely horrific. I think that sort of quality of performance I watched was just shambolic, to be honest with you. It was like he played one game, I think. Played the first game. Obviously, you can't sort of dispute the fact he got 24 goals in the Prem. However, that performance in the season and in the World Cup was just horrific. And again, a lot of people on his back saying it's a one season wonder. Like in the big games, he doesn't show up. People are saying 3 p.m. blackout on a Saturday is where you see the best of Hugo Thiago, and he needs to kind of beat those allegations now. Sorry for the voice crack, and go forward and progress as a player, which I think he will. He is only 23, 24 again, but he needs to have another big season to beat those one season wonder allegations. But let me know your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. We'll be back with some more tier lists, don't you worry, but I want to do some more different style content as we do get to the season. Thank you for watching. Peace.